Hello my good ones. A long-awaited episode called Deflagration has been released. This is a continuation of the previously released episode, Kwame's Choice. This is a very bright series in every sense. Look at the monarch. He has never been so dressed up before. I really like this random color combination. Ladybug and Cat Noir decided to take a little rest and do their relationship. Kwame made the choice of new owners themselves, and now Zoe and Alia are protecting Paris from evil. Thanks to new technologies, Gabriel learns the identity of the new owners of the Wonder Stones. Now, the monarch has a unique opportunity to get what he wants. Chloe will become a distracting maneuver in order to catch new heroes by surprise when trying to transform. The monarch not only decided to take the Stones of Miracles, but also not to let the rebellious Kwame interfere with him. This is a very clever move on the part of a madman. Having obtained both talismans, the monarch wanted to unite them, and he would become invulnerable in every sense of the word. But he did not take into account the fact that even being prisoners, the Kwame would still resist. The Kwame decide on a desperate act and use their powers against the will of the owner. Plague destroys his miracle stone with a cataclysm, and Tiki creates a wonderful object in order to be able to restore the Cat Noir ring destroyed by the cataclysm. It is clear that all this led to an imbalance of this world, and buildings began to disappear and reappear around. We have already seen similar violations of the balance of the world. It became very interesting to me why Kwame, Tiki and Plague were able to go against the will of the owner, but Nuru and Dusa never tried. After all, they could also use their powers against Gabriel. What's it? Is it Kwame's weakness or prudence on the contrary? Write me your thoughts on this. And I also wonder what changes would have happened in the world if Nuru and Dusu had used their powers without a master. Let's fantasize. If Nuru used his power, then the whole world would be filled with Akums and people would turn into superheroes and supervillains, distributed by roles depending on their character. That would be really crazy. The world would probably be overwhelmed by eternal war. What about Dusu? The feathers would have scattered in countless numbers and moved into all objects, creating incredible centimonsters in form and content. Moreover, they would also be divided into good and evil. After all, we have more than once seen insatiable centimonsters in the form of monsters and good-natured in the form of people and superheroes, who also have their own feelings and desires. It's no longer a secret that Felix, Adrian, and Kagami are centimonsters. That doesn't mean they're not human. They were not born in the usual way, but they are now also part of this world and are completely identical with ordinary people in every sense of the word. Let's go back to the episode. Previously, Marinette's classmates, a secret society was created to fight the monarch. They called themselves the Resistance. It was thanks to all their friends that they were able to prevent the monarch from winning. Marinette changed into a ladybug costume, covering her face with a helmet. By the way, there is an interesting remark here to her ponytails. Don't you notice something? Her tails have become longer, and this is a clear animation error, because she did not transform, but simply changed her clothes. Another moment that probably confused you too, when the monarch threw her off, throwing her into a concrete wall, which even cracked at the same time. At that moment, Marinette did not have super abilities, which means that anyone in her place would have to die from such a blow. But no, she got up and walked as if she were immortal. Although I have already put forward a theory about the effect of miracle stones on the human body. Let me remind you of the theory. With frequent and prolonged use of superpowers, a person acquires part of the wonderful energy forever. They become stronger, more agile, and live longer than ordinary people. An example is Master Fu, who is already 186 years old. Look at Marinette, the baker's daughter, and does such tricks, jumping on the monarch as a martial artist, and even withstands huge overloads and does not even get injured. This time, the monarch also failed, thanks to a close-knit team and simple luck. Chloe, in this episode, was a weak supervillain who was defeated by ordinary schoolchildren without using the powers of the miraculous. Why do you think the monarch hasn't won yet? Maybe he's not smart enough. I don't understand at all why he doesn't use the Snake Wonder Stone. Thanks to the powers of the second chance, he could have corrected unforeseen situations and would have gotten what he wanted long ago. How is it possible at all, having so many different wonderful powers, not to take over the whole world? Just theoretically, Try to fantasize and put yourself in the place of the monarch. How would you be able to use each Kwami against Ladybug? I think all of you could beat anyone with so many incredible abilities on your hands. At the end of this episode, already rested, Ladybug and Cat Noir return to their duties of fighting evil, which I am very happy about. And that's all I have for today. Subscribe to the channel, put likes and click the bell. Goodbye, my good ones.